Mason Crosby of the Packers has it teed up, and off we go from Lambeau. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Deshaun Watson ready to lead the Texans offense, coming off a great turnaround season in 2018. Remember, 2 years ago, he missed much of his rookie campaign with a knee injury, but he led the Texans to an 11-5 record and an AFC South title last year. Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Blake Martinez, the NFC's leading tackler a year ago, in on the stop. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the screen.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A first down carry now for Miller. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, Watson. Into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now on 2nd and 13. Watson. Completion left side to Miller. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Dean Lowry in there to bury him for a loss of 11. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that. All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers point their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level. So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
No one attempted or made more field goals than Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. But I'll guarantee you, Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use them a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
Number 12 in green and gold coming out to lead the Packers. Of course, that's Aaron Rodgers. Last year for Rodgers, despite the young receiving core, despite the nagging injuries, despite the removal of his head coach, better than 4,400 passing yards, the second highest total in his 14 NFL seasons. Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the hump.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Whitney Merciless, showing no mercy, flies in for the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Here's Rodgers to throw. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Jordan Thomas, the one he was looking for, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. They'll need to convert a 3rd and 7, though, to start things out. Now the backup, A.J. McCarron. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Packer football here, 1st down and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on those short passes on the perimeter Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. A.J. McCarron looking to throw. He's got his tight end. It's Fells. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a 1st down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, he usually gets it done. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been set.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check. And look at this, it's a fake. And this is caught. And the fake will work. He's going to have a 1st down. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a 1st down. A 1st half update now from Philadelphia. And the Eagles out in front early. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. McCarron now, just 1 for 5 since coming on, but that one gets him a 1st and 10 here. Here's McCarron to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
And he's going to take this down to about the 17. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2. McCarron now to throw.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with a draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are out on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
This will be caught at about the 5. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. McCarron, a final shot before the half. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Vincent Smith as time expires in the 1st half. And the Texans will extend their lead. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They showed great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
In our game, the defenses look to be ready for the regular season. Maybe not the offenses just yet, but still a half to go as we get you back out to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Trevor Davis, 65 yards. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead is down to 2. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
51 the mic. 51 the mic. Watch the crowd. Watch the crowd. Greystone, Travis.
McCarron on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
To throw is McCarron. Smith catches left side. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Ready. 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, Delta.
From the gun, it's McCarron. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Deontay Foreman, the intended target, out of the backfield. That'll bring up second down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there. I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know. Defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Go now. 10 over. Here I come. Get it.
The drive starts with Foreman on the ground. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad. Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Very difficult night for the guys on offense. They've got to be looking at each other in the huddle and on the sidelines. How are we going to find some open space to complete a pass and find open room to run? This defense all night long has squeezed down the passing lanes, made plays on the football. It's really been a thing of beauty for them. He's got to figure all day long prepping for the game. They had to have talked about it again and again. Squeeze passing lanes and we'll be in great shape.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 25 on second down, Kaiser. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Back now at Lambeau. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. They'll throw here, Kaiser. And he will find the open man as Jamon Moore. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. He'll get this to Jay Kumaro. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
A first down throw for Kaiser. His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. To give him the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. They'll run it with Williams. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
He's got it. That's St. Brown. Touchdown, Packers. From a yard out, and the Packers have taken the lead. So second and goal there from the 1. They go to the air.
And the perfect down to throw the football in this sequence. Second down is always kind of that, do they throw it, do they run it? They worked it out to perfection on that one by throwing it into the end zone.
It's complete, and he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage, at least give your team a fighting chance.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now here's McCarron on 3rd. Oh, I can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
And now out comes Houston. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can...
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Hey, let's go.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on fourth down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. McCarron. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Finding Fells complete. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Past the 20. Open man, the tight end Fells. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now McCarron, and this is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. They were searching for the tight end, Darren Fells, and it's third down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Vincent Smith ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game. And the Texans draw a bit closer. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. He's back to throw. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 40, the 20, 10, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Well, that was almost a 4-point swing. The interception, if he had returned it all the way, would have been 2 for them, but just a little bit shy.
And when it's a play like that, you're exactly right with the math. But don't you feel like it would have counted for more if they found their way all the way back to the end zone and gotten the 2? That changes the whole momentum, doesn't it?
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Now Kaiser. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Here's J.K. Scott now. He's been terrific so far. Here comes Carter. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And out will come the offense as they take over. McCarron and the Texans down by 6, 56 seconds to go. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
Hey, wahoo! Fight!
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They'll look to throw.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. McCarron to throw for it on 4th. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Packers are going to win this football game. The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL.